Okay, Raps Freak 13 here today, and I'm going to show you how to lube the bolt on the die-in-T. So what we have, I've already wiped this down off the old lube and stuff, but basically I've got it lined up here, how it assembles. You've got the plunger and the spring, which goes into the secondary spool cylinder area. Or that's the secondary spool, this is the plunger, but the secondary spool goes into the plunger, bolt rides along the plunger, and the bolt goes in the can, so it will look something like this. I don't want to put that in there, but so what we're going to do first is I'm going to get a surface that's clean that I can just put the parts of the bolt on when I'm done lubing them so they don't like knock over and stuff. But here we've got the secondary spool. What you're going to do, inspect these bumpers and stuff, make sure these are all good. Mine's had about 10 cases through it, looks brand new, yours should too, so if you notice this starting to get all chewed up and stuff, put a new one on there, same with the O-rings, but just check your O-rings and your bolt. You want to do that with any gun, but that's what we're going to do. On the secondary spool, I like to put a little bit more lube on this, just because it's moving a lot, but you can see that. That's how much I like to put on the back part. I do kind of over-lube my gun, but it's not like the Lux where you're going to get bolt stick when you over-lube it, so it doesn't really do anything. Just something I like to do. Okay, now that I've got that done, I just take a little bit of extra lube, put it on each bumper, and put this spring on there. Make sure you've got a copper spring too. Check out my update video for the NT and all that. Slide that in there. This, just put just a tiny bit of lube on there. Push and then screw that in. And some people, they like to use a wrench and stuff to put a wrench on there, then tighten it, but in the manual it just says you need it to be hand tight. So just tighten that. Next what you're going to do is lube the bolt first, lube the bolt first. You've got the bumper and the bolt sail O-ring on the bottom here. I'll probably zoom in here. Okay, you've got the bumper and the bolt sail O-ring and then the breech O-ring, or the SFT. Or not SFT, but just the breech sealing O-ring so you don't get blowback. So what I'm going to do, just put a little bit of lube on here. This is probably one of the most important O-rings in your gun, so you're going to lube that. Then I put a little bit on the bumper. Okay. Then I put a little bit on the bolt surface here. And a tiny bit on that front breech O-ring. Okay, that's done. Next we're going to do the plunger. So we've got the blue O-ring, the green O-ring, now I'm going to put a bolt on there. And we've got the can, and then the front orange O-ring in there. This one doesn't need too much lube. Since I've already put a little bit of lube on the bolt, and that will go inside the can here. Then I like to put a tiny bit on the inside surface of the can. Just makes it a little bit easier for that bolt sail O-ring to go through there. And what I do is just pop it on there. It's not like the DMs where you need to take off that O-ring. You can actually just kind of click it on there. It's like a Geo almost, where you just pop it on. That's a little snug. And then on these O-rings, I'm just going to take a little bit of on the fingers, kind of smear that around and just rub it on there. Just so they're a little bit moist so they don't leak. And then what I'm going to do is just flip the bolt. Check the front here. Get off any extra lube, just kind of smear that around. And there you go. Just lube the bolt on the NT. Do is put that in my gun. I just cleaned the grips, so my grips are off right now, but just slide that in there. Make sure you get that little click, the O-ring sealing in place back there. Take your multi-tool or whatever tool you have. Takes maybe a turn and a half. And you're good to go. Thanks.